Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting news in regards to a brand new major, PlayStation 5 new unique IP that's been floating around when it comes to the PlayStation universe. It's actually apparently been in the works for quite some time. And as well, we also have some more information too in regards to the Sony Leonardo, which if you guys never did a proper video on it, although I did go and mention from the CES, and let you guys kind of go and see it and showcase it when it first came out. We also have a really interesting thing when it comes to the OG Left 4 Dead, if you guys remember that little, small game that I'm sure no one ever heard about out here. So we have quite a few different little small stories go wind down the evening. So if you guys will stay tuned, relax, and enjoy. And as well, hope you guys will all have a fantastic day. As well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with those notifications down below on. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below if you guys would like to go and follow. And of course, we have the Target and Amazon links too as well. So let's go and dive into the video itself. So very first and foremost, I want to go and kind of do a quick little talk on the Project Leonardo. So if you guys have seen or may not have seen, I know it's a little bit more on the older news, I just never actually had a chance to do a proper good sit down on it. So really quickly, if you guys have not seen, this is Sony's Project Leonardo, which is essentially a PlayStation 5 controller kit, which is for better accessibility for anyone who's a gamer who obviously is disabled. And I think that's been a really good push that we've been seeing with Sony, where they've been trying their best when he looks for, say, Horizon, God of War, or as you guys have even seen now with these brand new controllers, just allowing anyone out there in the gaming universe to be able to go and play and interact with the games themselves. Now, this has been a big thing, at least in my mind, because obviously for me, I'm, thank God, able-bodied, but there's a lot of people out there on Twitch or on YouTube or whoever might be watching that obviously may not be. So just having the chance to have if you're like a billion-dollar company, you could easily go and pay some people a pretty good salary to make these things and kind of just include more folks in your game. And as well, it does also open up your market for other different folks as well. So you're in theory making more money, having some good PR, and at the end of the day, everyone should be able to go play games. We shouldn't have to go and gatekeep games. So this is actually really cool to go and see. If you guys have missed it, this is the very first PlayStation 5 controller designed with accessibility in mind. The project codename Leonardo is a customizable disc controller and a kit that allows multiple people, you can basically swap the buttons and assign controllers in the best way that suits them. And the basic controller appears to be a multi-pad with a single joystick as well. It can also be combined then with a secondary Project Leonardo controller, a base PlayStation 5 controller, or in combination with the second Leonardo controller and a DualSense, whatever works for the player. I actually had a few people throughout the past week or so ask a little bit more details on it because it did seem cool. So it's basically kind of just let's say you just don't have an arm. You'd be able to go utilize say an elbow or whatever you go use for to just be able to go utilize the controller, which I think is really cool. Really cool. So basically users are able to adjust which buttons are included on their controller, swap out which each button does and its shape, and basically change the distance of the joystick, and even connect third-party accessibility accessories to address challenges like motor control, difficulty holding controllers for long periods of time, accurately pressing buttons, and also positioning fingers. So all these specialty buttons and analog sticks and everything else also with this, it's just really cool. I love seeing this in the overall gaming community, and like I mentioned, this is just nice. I think it's cool. So basically, it's currently in development, with the prototype model being made in consultation with organizations such as Able Gamers, Special Effect, and Stack Up, as well as input from accessibility consultants, PlayStation community members, and game devs. So pretty much just a lot of people that are pretty fine-tuned into this community are able to now go look into it and develop and make it fantastic, which is cool. So our team tested over a dozen designs with accessibility experts looking for approaches that would help address key challenges to effective controller use. So Morito, designer at Sony Interactive Entertainment, explained in a blog post detailing Leonardo's major features. We finally settled on a split controller design that allows near free-form left-right thumbstick responsibility, can also be used without needing to be held, as we mentioned, and features very flexible button and stick cap swapping. Because players can customize Project Leonardo according to their needs, there is no right form factor. We want to empower everyone out here too. We've also been seeing things with Xbox as well, also been pushing for the accessibility options for their own controllers. So I want to give a nice little highlight because I never actually technically did in my videos. It's been 3 days or so since CES, but I still think it's overall really cool. Now we have even more intriguing news, and I want to go and talk about this as well. Now, I don't think I could actually go and show you guys this footage, but if you guys kind of go through all these leaks or whatever, there was actually a brand new huge leak that came out. Now, if you guys really want to, you guys can. It's not really the craziest looking game because the graphics are in alpha. So obviously that means the graphics are very potato at the end of the day. But basically, it's a really cool game because people are looking into this, where it's elite gameplay footage, where it's it's 3 seconds. There's basically a huge eye in the sky, this really weird, almost looking anthill looking spiral thing that kind of almost looks like a cheese, and a guy obviously with a futuristic space weapon. Now, this game has been a very intriguing one because it's a European dev working with the Unreal Engine 5 in these really, really early stages, and this is apparently a brand new PlayStation 5 specific IP. It's kind of been the big talk in the town these past few days, was because basically people are kind of curious on what's going on with this. So people are basically like, hey, this guy's also trying to go leak out some more information over here for Starfield 2, because everyone wants to go and dive on into this as we're kind of going through the information, all this stuff. But basically this was posted in Reset Terra, which is kind of like a leaking type forum, and the PSOT before. LP posted about it here. Someone else made a post here that pretty much does the same exact thing. So pretty cool when it comes to all that stuff, and I never know what's up with my camera nowadays too as well. So as the game itself is seeming like in a pre-alpha, it looks like it's kind of intriguing. Some folks, as you guys can see in the comments right here, are assuming it might be Firewalk Studios or Deviation Games, and as of right this second, we don't fully know what it is, but it might be an RPG, might be more of like a multiplayer game, or might be something a little bit more in depth. We're not 1000% sure, but I think it's overall kind of cool. Now, once again, I wish it's like, don't worry, like you're not like really missing out too much. I know it's kind of like a tease to go and be like, oh, it's the gameplay or whatever. If you really want to look, you guys can. But when it comes to gameplay, like I said, it looks almost like a PS2 type style game. But typically when people are working on, like, say, the actual coding of the game, and a lot of assets are sometimes being made, or if they're early stage leaks, maybe think like Grand Theft Auto 6 that was leaked. You know, it's not the most nice looking game, like where there's like the animations are maybe stiff or dialogues might be awkward, because sometimes you almost have to build up. You have to basically like have the model make sure you can move and interact and like doesn't phase through floors or tables and all that, and that's kind of what's going on with this game. So at least they know they're like the point where they're literally walking. I don't know, it's kind of like the intriguing because it's been a little bit more of a quieter news day besides all like the PlayStation 5 still breaking up, you know, if you're having them on vertical and such like that, which if you guys want more of an update, let me know, because I have been hearing a few more emails coming in from me on details on that. But yeah, so basically it's kind of a big update for this one too. A lot of these game companies are kind of assuming on all this stuff. Some people are saying too as well that the footage for the game is really old, and that the game has advanced from that. It's been basically using Unreal Engine 5. So basically it's probably started in Unreal Engine 4, and then at some point moved into Unreal Engine 5. And this initial kind of early unique PlayStation IP is actually coming out like it's like 2 years old at this point. Granted, like I said, I wish I could just show it to you guys, but this seems like one of those weird things where I'd make a YouTube video and do like okay, which is fine. Sometimes you do more comfy videos like this, and then it would end up getting like a copyright strike from some random company. Although if I did go and do that, we could actually go and figure out which game company is actually the one that would be copyright striking it, and then, well, at the end of the day, at least we'd know what company is actually making the game. Although if this was a cooler game, I'd be kind of tempted to go and just test the waters and go and see. This one, not so much. But yeah, they did go and said there's this upcoming IP, futuristic sci-fi, has the good voice acting, there's actual music and everything else involved. So we'll kind of go and see maybe the next 1 or 2 years as well. There also has been kind of a big rumor, and we may go do a video on this maybe tomorrow, that the PlayStation 5 conferences have actually been also maybe like another one coming in the near future. So a little bit of a side topic for that one. We have been seeing a very large amount of folks coming out here saying, we have a few more games announced. We have to want to go flesh out the rest of 2023. Maybe get proper, like, say, Spider-Man release dates, and as well maybe pimp out and promote the Final Fantasy 16 a little bit more, Forspoken before it fully comes out, and a few other big game IPs, because apparently there's some more things in the works right now for PlayStation. So also keep that in mind. We'll kind of give you guys some more of the rumors with that. Maybe tomorrow as we do a little bit more of a deeper research. So make sure you guys are subscribed with that. Now to kind of wind down the video too, there's actually kind of a nifty thing. So if you guys remember Left 4 Dead, the good old game itself, they basically now have had someone who's able to fund the Zombie City game for the Counter-Strike Source mod, which is actually the first time we've seen this game outside from the Valve City world. So you guys can see Valve's Terror Strike map from way long ago, which I do believe this was the origin of the Left 4 Dead game. Kind of like as it started off as a mod, and then people were like, whoa, maybe we should make this into an actual legitimate real game. And as they go and do that, then we now kind of know how Valve start up even more brand new games called Terror Strike Zombie City, aka Left 4 Dead. So I believe as of right now, this is the very first ever, like, the initial early game, like, playtest or whatever, is now able for people to go and download and go and play because of the files that were actually now found in the first place. So this is really cool because they basically modded it up, they fixed it up, added a new navigator and a map and info and stuff like that, and this is the origin, basically, of Left 4 Dead. So kind of like a weirder, I guess, news story wind down, but at the end of the day, at least we have some cool news to go and share with all of you lovely folks. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys are also following up the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Target links down below. We have the Amazon links down below. So I want to say I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys up tomorrow for some even more brand new videos.